I just looked at the Steam review for this game. The Steam reviews for this game is overwhelmingly positive, bro. It's 95%. This guy is like the top 1% of people that actually give a shit about any of this, right? The overwhelming majority of the people that are playing this game right now do not give a fuck about what he just said at all. Hey guys, Henry here, back at you again with a reaction video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a review, another shitty review. This review's been going around. It's been getting passed around for the last couple of days. I've been told about it by a couple of buddies of mine, so I figured, hey, might as well make a review on it, or a reaction to it, to a review. It's for a game called Mouse PI for Hire. It's basically like a noir boomer shooter that's like done in the style of like the really, really old Mickey Mouse cartoons from like the 1940s or 50s or something like that. Apparently, just like the other two IGN review videos that I did, apparently this one is very bad, and the journalist doesn't know what they're talking about. So let's just jump right into it. I'm in the mood for a roller coaster of emotions. Let's get it started. Oh, and by the way, I just want to premise this by saying that I have not played this game, nor I don't really plan on playing it. It does look like a fun little cute game, but I haven't played it, so I don't have much of a reference to go by. That won't matter because the reviewer apparently just doesn't know what they're talking about. So let's get this shit going.
I love noir. I'll take all kinds. The hard-boiled detective, the seedy crime story, neo-noir, classic...
Oh, Reservoir Dogs.
I'm buying.
Okay.
So when Mouse PI for Hire sauntered onto my screen the way Ilsa walks into Rick's in Casablanca, I was pretty excited about it. But noir isn't just an aesthetic to be thrown on like an old coat as you're leaving your office at the behest of a leggy blonde. While Mouse PI for Hire clearly understands the style and tropes of classic noir films and novels as well as 1930s cartoons more broadly, it doesn't seem to get why those things are there or how they're used to tell compelling stories. By fusing a hard-boiled detective mystery with a fast, retro-styled FPS, developer Fumi Games has made a shooter that is thematically incoherent, with the apparent aspirations of its story contradicted at every point by the actual action. Of all the Steam libraries and all the PCs in all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wish I liked it more than I do.
It's over.
This guy sounds fucking mad depressed for not liking this game.
You got nowhere left to run. I run toward the dream. A bright future ruled by big mice.
Mouse follows Jack Pepper, a private eye in a world where everyone is a mouse, after Wanda Fuller from the Mouseburg Herald sets him on the case of a missing magician.
I can give you more than a crumb, Jack. I can give you a magician.
As you'd expect, that spirals into a much bigger conspiracy that includes an attempt on a mayoral candidate's life and racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence as bigger mice
Racially motivated mouse-on-mouse violence. I like that. That's funny.
oppress the smaller shrews.
My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew.
Same as it ever was, even in Mouseburg. And the requisite twists and turns you'd expect from any good detective story make this tale solid enough.
I was in too deep. Way deeper than I signed up for.
What bothers me, however, is how overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice, so everything is about cheese. Everything.
Yeah?
A bad guy? He's a cheese-legger.
These cheese-leggers in on the shrew wreck.
Why is that
Wanna be
bad?
a lady mouse with a sultry voice? It'll be described as
Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
someone need to assure
Is that Troy Baker? That sounds like Troy Baker.
you they're telling the truth.
Swear on my mama's cottage curds.
This is charming initially, then it never stops. Everything is a reference to the fact that everyone is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not, instead it'll be a reference to an old cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you didn't.
I should have probably guessed the former when one of the first things I saw was a steamboat named Willie, but at least that and the reference-heavy power-ups are cute.
Oh yeah, he's eating the spinach and he gets fucking ripped.
Constant
Yeah, that's a
callbacks to classic
Popeye
films or
reference.
other video games? Not so much. And it doesn't end there. A boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for...
Wait, what's the problem there? What's the problem there? Yeah, it's an alligator in the sewers, because, that's where they live, right? But, like, what's the... Why is that such a bad thing?
A boss fight in the sewers? It's a
If anything, it's a nice break from the mice all the time. You just complained about everything being about mice and they're like cheese and shit. Then I throw you a completely different animal, now you're complaining.
literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss,
More like a mini-boss.
and then laugh at his own joke. The voice actors, led by
Okay.
Troy Baker, do an admirable job.
Oh, it
of
is Troy Baker. It is Troy Baker.
they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one-liner,
Cheddar, what's wrong with Gouda?
Hey, what's wrong with Gouda, huh?
or a reference to something else.
Ticket seller, I'm going on a perilous journey, so I need your strongest tickets.
It's hard to care about
Oh, is that a reference to the potion seller meme? Potion seller, I need your strongest potions. I'm going into battle. I used to love watching that. I like that reference. Why is he? This guy sounds miserable, dude.
anything in Mouse PI for Hire because it never stops making jokes about everything.
Here's Jacko.
It just wants to remind you of other better things. Surely that's enough, right?
Time to find someone higher up and squeeze until they surrender.
At least the shooting is better. This is the latest
Okay.
in a wave of boomer shooters inspired by old school FPSs like Doom or Quake, and it's a decent one at that. You start with a pistol in Jack's fists, but you'll soon acquire a shotgun, dynamite, a James gun, which is just a Tommy gun, and more unique stuff like the Devarnisher, which shoots what looks like Elmer's glue that melts the flesh from your enemy's bones, leaving only a skeleton.
Oh, damn.
Throw in stuff like a double jump, dash, spinning tail for hovering, and a slide, and Jack's got some stylish moves when the bad guys show up.
So it's kind of like Doom. It's like the old Doom games, but they kept like the air dash from like 2016 or whatever, like from the more modern Dooms. But it seems like they have good movement. Okay.
This ain't Quake, but it does feel good. It doesn't
Yeah.
help that all of it, from reload animations to random conversations, is rendered in an absolutely gorgeous black and white mix of sprite work and 3D models. The
Okay.
world building may be thin, but Mouse PI for Hire is still dressed to the nines. Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick of a pop gun, and there's a strange disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with black ichor that spews from his neck.
Okay, there is so much to unpack with what he just said. First of all, weapons feel weak. I like how he says the shotgun feels weak and then proceeds to one-tap an enemy.
Pop gun. And I have
Like, look at
issues.
that.
Weapons
He just one-tapped him. What do you mean it's weak?
can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio kick of a pop gun, and there's a strange
So what?
disconnect to seeing something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head as you paint the white of the world with black ichor that spews from his neck.
So is the problem that he has is that it's supposed to, it sounds like a kid's toy, but because of the way it looks and how violent it is, it's like a kid's toy in an adult film, even though it's about fucking mice? What a weird thing to say. This guy has much deeper issues other than just the game. I think this guy is like, was he Catholic or some shit? Is that what this is about?
Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't enter, robbing these areas of anything remotely resembling a sense of place. Levels also really like to pull the "we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until they're dead or you are"
So the arena trope that almost every game uses. Okay.
shtick a little too much for my taste. None of this is game-breaking. The combat is fundamentally good enough to carry you to the end of the roughly 12-hour campaign.
Okay,
but
12 hours.
sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite bad enough to leave. And at least on the normal difficulty, health items are so generous there's rarely a challenge. Like any good boomer shooter, there are plenty of secrets to find: newspapers, weapon upgrades,
Collectibles.
schematics, baseball cards, and so on. Fragile walls to blow up, and even lock safes to open with your tail, which pulls double duty as
Oh,
a
that's
lock.
cool. With your tail?
Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get one shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you could probably solve them by letting an actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's very jarring.
Why is that a problem?
Once you're done with the level, it's back to the hub, which encompasses Jack's office, the local bar, store, weapon upgrade shop, and so on. My favorite thing here is the baseball card minigame you can play at the bar. You'll switch between pitching and being at bat, and using the cards
Okay.
in your hand, players and abilities, to try to score as many runs as you can. It's fun.
Okay, so he likes it. Okay.
What I like less is the whole being a detective thing, mostly because I never actually got to do it. Any clues you find will be pinned to Jack's caseboard, and once you get them there, Jack will just intuit where to go. No work on your part required. What's the point of being a gumshoe if all the answers are handed right to me?
Better
Yeah, but it's not.
check it out. It'd be
It's not a. I understand that complaint, but this is a shooting. It's a boomer shooter. It's not a fucking first-person detective game. You're not picking up clues and solving mysteries and The narrative story will do that for you. The story will do that for you. This is not supposed to be a mystery solving experience. It's a shooter experience. If you don't like that, well, you bought the wrong game, buddy. There are plenty of first person mystery games that you can get, like the blueprints or puzzle games or whatever. Like, you can play all those kinds of games. I mean, this is not what this is. That's not the experience they want to deliver.
Began with a call. Routine. Familiar.
That brings me to one of my major problems with Mouse
Oh,
PI
here we go. Here we go.
higher. Look, I hate to be that guy who brings up ludonarrative dissonance in a video game review in the year of our Lord 2026.
Did he just say year of... Oh my god, he is Christian. He is Catholic. Holy shit, I was just making a joke earlier. Oh god, year of our Lord, what? The Dark Lord Sauron?
And if you're rolling your eyes right now, I can't blame you, but it's an actual issue here. Jack Pepper is a PI who kills more people in a single mission than Philip Marlowe has in every book Raymond Chandler ever wrote combined. I don't care how corrupt the cops are. A private detective can't break into a police station and slaughter them en masse and then go about his day.
Oh my god, dude, who gives a shit? Dude, no one cares about this shit. You're like the only person who reviewed this game who actually fucking cares. Well, this game is so inconsistent with logic. You can't just walk into a police station and kill a bunch of policemen. Yeah, sure, okay. If you're gonna use that logic across the board, Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Kirby's Dream Land are the biggest fucking serial killer, murderer, scumbag fucks in video game history. A plumber can't just walk up and jump on a turtle's head and kill him. Yeah, no shit. But it's a game. Why does this matter? Why is this so important to you?
In one particularly nonsensical scenario, Jack inadvertently burns down an opera house to save a guy running for mayor, and he ends up fighting an opera singer and shoots her. Is she dead? Did I just kill an actress for being angry I burned down her workplace? If I didn't, have I left her alive and unconscious inside a burning building?
Who fucking cares? Who cares? Why is this a problem? This guy is fucking weird, dude. This is the weirdest review I've seen in a long time. Is she dead? Did I just kill her? You do understand that this person, this mouse, let alone the fact they're not human, is not a real person, right? You know that this is a character in a video game, in a fake reality?
Billy Stone did get blown to Kingdom Come.
Mouse PI for Hire doesn't tell me, and it doesn't seem to care either way.
I don't care, and that's okay.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
None of this is to say that noir cannot or should not be violent, but the violence usually has a purpose. Much of Elliot Chase's seminal novel Black Wings Has My Angel is about robbing an armored car, but the book builds to that. It's a big deal when it finally happens, and the characters have to reckon with the fallout once it does. Jack Pepper, on the other hand, is a walking catastrophe, and nobody in Mouseburg seems to care. He largely gets to go about his business and is portrayed as a down-on-his-luck everyman PI, like the characters who inspired him, when he is, at best, a mass murderer.
Me? Imply? Never. I just connect the dots.
Does that make for a more fun video game? Maybe. But it's bad noir and a worse detective tale.
I think the issue here with this guy is that he's a big fan of detective 1930s, 1940s type of cinema, noir, detective mystery solving shit, and he's a hardcore fan of that type of theme, right? So I can understand why he would take this a bit more seriously to the point where he is giving arguments for the game being bad, but like, I just looked at the Steam review for this game. The Steam reviews for this game is overwhelmingly positive, bro. It's 95%. This guy is like the top 1% of people that actually give a shit about any of this, right? The overwhelming majority of the people that are playing this game right now do not give a fuck about what he just said at all.
The story as Mouse PI for Hire references, violence is an unfortunate but unavoidable part of the human experience that shatters the people it touches. Here, it's just entertainment, and that weakens the whole concept. But Will, you might say, this is a goofy Looney Tunes FPS. Why should I care about any of that? And the answer is because Mouse wants you to. It wants you to believe that this is important. You spend a lot of time talking about these characters. about putting together the clues you need to get to the bottom of what's going on, about Jack's motivation for doing the work. He allegedly needs the money, which both leads him to taking cases and doesn't track when I'm super rich from all the killing.
Nonsense. You're drowning in debt, picking up small fries and petty cases.
All of that makes a lot less sense after you've gone to Tinsel Bros Studios and single-handedly eradicated the mob hanging out there, all while doing a bunch of Tomb Raider / Indiana Jones / Conan the Barbarian impressions, as everyone says you should be an actor.
So tell us, hero, what is best in life?
To grate some parm, watch the cheese melt, and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Give this guy a week on the job as chief of police in Mouseburg would be the safest city in the world because nobody would be left alive to commit crimes in the—
Yeah, bro, what is this weird argument, dude? This, like, no one asked for that. Dude, this is... What this guy wants, he wants, like, an L.A. Noire. Like, you guys remember L.A. Noire? The guys that made Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar Games, they also made, like, this detective story type of thing that he's talking about. They made a game called L.A. Noire, right? It's, like, this big conspiracy mystery, third-person, open sandbox type of game that has, like, a decent story, whatever, and it's you can, like, interrogate people. That's what he wants. He wants to have a thing where, like, the mystery solving is the most important part of the gameplay loop. But because this is a boomer shooter, he's like disappointed on basically all fronts. Listen, buddy, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. The game's not for you. This is not your type of game. I'm sorry, bro, but most people, almost everyone who played it, enjoyed it. So get over it, buddy. Sorry. Get over it.
First place. It's hard to buy into Jack as the regular guy who needs to gather evidence. I'm told he is.
He's not a guy, though. He's a fucking mouse.
You know?
That's why it's not relatable. You can't relate to these they're mice. They're not supposed to be... I mean, sure, they talk like people. I mean, they have some human mannerisms, but it's like, are you going to connect with a mouse, bro? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. I haven't watched enough cartoons to be able to identify with these characters, but...
Mouse PI for Hire nails the aesthetics of both the 1930s cartoons and the detective stories that inspired it, and it's also an amusing boomer shooter that largely feels good as you're playing it. But its haphazard marriage of noir storytelling tropes and shooter gameplay are often at odds with each other in uncomfortable ways that weaken both aspects. And
you're the only one that's uncomfortable. You're the only one that's uncomfortable.
Making references to
that's not... I mean, that's his opinion. That's fine. I'm not saying he doesn't have entitled to his own opinion, but... to say, and it does this in uncomfortable ways, you're like the only guy who's uncomfortable, bro.
Other things that it's actually painful to sit through at times. This FPS is solid enough if you just want to blast some cartoon mice and not think about it too hard. But once you do, all you'll see are the seams where disparate ideas...
The average gamer, yeah, 6 out of 10, okay.
...can hide the stink of that moldy cheese. For more, check out our reviews of Pragmata and Resident Evil Requiem. And for everything else in gaming, keep it here at IGN.
Dude, oh my god, bro. He said don't think about it too hard. If you don't want to think about it too much. Bro, when I'm playing games, I'm not really thinking about it too much. I'm just playing the game. Unless it's something really complex. Most of the overwhelming experience almost all the time in games is just to fucking turn your brain off and just chill out. I mean, that's what that's what he likes. He wanted a noir experience, a mystery-solving noir experience, and that's fine. That's what he wanted. Unfortunately, that's not what this game is. It fits the theme of it, but the actual gameplay is not that. So he walked away disappointed, which is fine. But some of these arguments that he was making are just really silly. Like the shotgun doesn't do like a good damage, and he just proceeds to one-shot the guy. Then it's like, oh, it sounds like a children's toy, like a toy gun, but then there's like black ink spewing from like the disembodied heads of the enemies. Right, but like, it's not meant to be taken so seriously. That's the whole point. That's why that's the whole joke. It's like you shotgun a guy's face off, but it's like a cartoon mice, like some Mickey Mouse shit. So it's not supposed to be serious. I don't know. He just like, I feel like if this guy was the guy who made the game, he would like change the entire game. Congratulations, IGN. You've now created another annoyingly frustrated review to watch. I'm glad that you just wasted 10 minutes of my time talking about it. Let me know what you guys think. This shit was annoying, but I still reacted to it. I also did 2 other reaction videos to IGN, one for Tarkov and one for Arc Raiders, so make sure to check that out too in my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and I really appreciate all the support you guys give me so far. We've made quite a few new subscribers lately, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. I do enjoy making this type of content for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought, and I will see you guys in the next one with some more Road to Vostok. Later.